Hey, my name is Ryan, and I'm making some videos on the right revolting because everybody's so angry about what they're seeing in the news, what's going on in our country. And I understand and agree politically with most of the right about a lot of things, not everything. Maybe we'll talk about that one day. But for now, I want to talk about what's going on in everybody's desire to protest and/or revolt against the federal government and the people who are hurting kids and taking all our money and all the other nonsense that we're all seeing. Anybody paying attention, you can see it. This specific episode, I want to talk about guns and protest. And I take it very seriously. I'm kind of a more serious individual, I think. But I think it's a real serious issue. And I want to talk about it because I've seen a flyer for a large conservative protest coming up in DC, and there's some things you need to think about before you bring a gun. I'm not saying don't or do. That is not my job. You decide what you're going to do and how you're going to live your life. But I'm here to inform you about some of the issues involving it. One is you got to know, you have to know the legal status of having a gun there. In the jurisdiction you're in, what are the laws of having a gun? And that includes the location that you're in. So if you're near the White House, there's probably different laws than if you're in the hood in DC. If you're in a park, there may be different laws. In Portland, there's different weapons restrictions in city parks than in the rest of the city. And then you also have to know the self-defense laws of the jurisdiction you're in. You have to know them well, and you have to understand that the politicians and prosecutors and juries and judges in the areas where these large protests are held are your political enemies. They're enemies of you, they're enemies of America, they're enemies of humanity, and they're in power. So if you give them any little room to say that's not self-defense, or that weapon's illegal, or, oh, he's got one round too many ammunition in his magazine, they're gonna do whatever they can to ruin your life and lock you up and take your business and take your money and prevent you from owning firearms again and all the other fun stuff that the government can come down on your head for because people have let this get out of control for far too long. But I'm glad you're here. So let's say that you are aware of the laws regarding possession of weapons, and you understand the self-defense laws of the jurisdiction you're in, and you take a weapon to one of these protests. First off, don't be a dumbass. This is not the time to be flashing it or be reckless with it or threaten people by putting your hand on it and all that kind of nonsense. You better act right. 'Cause everybody's going to be watching. There's going to be cameras everywhere. There's going to be police and FBI agents in the crowd. I can guarantee you 100% there will be federal agents in the crowd at that protest. And they're going to be looking for people being dumb. Or anyone they can screw, really. They'll also encourage people to do bad things. Don't listen. Have a plan on what you're going to do, what you're willing to do. And, if there's someone around who's got good leadership skills that you trust, listen to them. But don't listen to some yahoo you don't know yelling, "Let's take the White House." It's a Fed. It's a Fed trying to lock you up. Be squeaky clean. Uh, you also need to consider not putting yourself in a position to where you have to use it for self-defense. Because quite frankly, like, in a lot of these places, even if your self-defense shooting was justified, the fact that you put yourself in a position to have to use self-defense will be used against you. Oh, so you thought you could go to the protest and then call these leftist names and they wouldn't punch you? The judge is going to be like, what do you mean? You called him a baby and you didn't think he was going to punch you, and you think now you going to kill him? Why'd you come here? Why'd you come here with a gun? And they'll find a way to... It's just not... I mean, I don't think most legal gun owners don't want to shoot people, even leftists and people they don't like. But these events can get very emotional. And you might see violence that infuriates you. You might see a dude punching a woman who wasn't trying to fight. You can't pull out your gun and shoot him unless he's beaten her to death. You have to be able to express that very clearly in court. That you weren't there causing trouble. You weren't trying to pick fights with people. Neither was this lady. She's just standing there holding a sign. This dude comes up and starts, trying to pile drive her into the concrete and elbowing her in her face 100 times. I had to save her life. Something like that. Okay, then you know. We all saw Kyle. His behavior was impeccable for the circumstances. He made really good decisions, and that's the only reason he's walking free right now. It's because he did everything right. And you're going to have to too, especially at one of these big protests, as a conservative or right of Mao. So you need to take that into consideration. Then you also need to prepare for what happens if something does happen and things don't go as you expected. Because quite frankly, like, even if it was a clean shoot, they might just arrest you and lock you up and say, we're going to figure it out later. But we're going to lock you up and charge you. You're not getting bail. We're going to assume it was murder until we figure it out. And now you're in prison, or you're in the county, but you're not getting out. You can't attend to your business. You can't pick your kid up from school. You can't go to your doctor's appointments. How long can your wife pay the bills? Do you have a wife? Can she pay the bills for the next 2-3 years? Do you have an attorney? Do you have an attorney with where you already put money down on him? I highly recommend anyone who thinks they're going to a protest and they're going to take guns, I highly recommend you tune into the Andrew Branca show. Maybe contact him. He's got courses, and he's a self-defense lawyer on YouTube. You can watch him, see how he feels about things. And he might be a good guy to contact in regards to that. But you really need to consider the possibilities of what could happen. Because I'll tell you, if you're right-wing in a leftist urban area at a large protest, you do not get the benefit of the doubt. Quite the opposite. You're going to be assumed to be the aggressor by everybody involved. It's not fair. It's not right. And also, don't forget, while Trump could do a lot more than he's done for some people who have been arrested, Tracy Peterson, but he still can't let you off the hook for crimes charged by the state. He can only let you off on federal crimes. So you get into it, you shoot somebody at a protest, and the Portland decides they're gonna lock you up. There's nothing Trump can do. There's nothing anybody in the federal government can do. It would take the governor of Oregon, and if you know anything about the governor of Oregon, you're gonna know she ain't letting you out. She's gonna demand your bail get doubled, is what's gonna happen. So know what you're doing. Know where you're going. Be smart. We need everybody in this fight that we can. And we need to not have bad stuff going on for no reason, because that'll just end up hurting us taking this country back, which may or may not come about. This made us turn into a bunch of talk again. Americans have been letting things go on for far too long already, so who knows what's going to happen. I can't see the future. No crystal ball here, but we'll see. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you come back, watch some more. I'd love for you to hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment, ask a question, suggest a topic. Tell me I'm stink and I'm ugly looking. It's fine. Please leave a comment. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Take care. God bless. God bless America.